Wow, so many things, but okay, let's see. Let's connect it for a second to what we just talked about. So if we're talking about, all that's going on here in LA right now with all
Oh
the
man, it looks
fires
crazy
and
on the news. Like it looks so crazy on the news.
yeah, so it's a constant stress situation. So really when dealing with something like, trauma, whether it's, Israel and the alarm goes off, or whether it's, right here with all that's going on. So usually my go-to would be Terragon. But now I'm kind of thinking, what would be the difference? Like maybe adrenal support is actually a better
You could do
option.
adrenal support, but like what I would do like for something like that is like you said, you just came back from Israel where you're in a war zone and now
Yeah.
you're in a different war zone with all the
Mm-hmm.
fires and stuff, which is nuts. I would do not just Tarragon, as I would do the PTSD support or the program. So Tarragon, then Rue, then Hyssop, and then Splendor. But we were even talking about this because we're wanting to kind of send some things out to people on the West Coast, and I have some firefighter friends, and then just the
Mm-hmm.
students, and it's just nuts. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're talking about like doing the PTSD kit, but then adding like the adrenal support as the program for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so you would still do the PTSD part, but
Mm-hmm.
you would add the adrenal support, and you would add I mean, I would probably do some form of like spikenard or myrrh or galbanum or red myrtle, violet leaf, like on the pattern of the brain, then spine, brain soles of the feet. And the idea being that you're calming down the spinal thalamic tract, which is how you process pain and how you process stimuli in the body and from the environment. And I would say that with everything going on, that's probably super over agitated, super, 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 overstimulated. And
Mm-hmm.
so spikenard on the feet. But I mean, you're still in an active situation. So it's not like, okay, it's over, let's
Yeah.
rest and recover. You're like, okay, let's rest, but you gotta watch the news and wait for, is there going to be some sort of an alert in the middle of the night for me to get out of the
Mm-hmm.
house, like so you gotta keep yourself as calm as possible until it's over, and then deal with the aftermath. And so again, I would go to those things, but until the fire's completely like resolved, it's going to be hard to pull yourself completely out of fight flight.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just marjoram would be another thing. I mean, I would just you know, surround yourself with all those things and just, just
Mm-hmm.
kind of keep going at it with all of that stuff, you
And
know.
then when you're doing the PTSD support, I mean, most it's all inhalations, but then internally you would do what? Tarragon and adrenal
You
support?
could do tarragon, you could do spikenard, you could even do marjoram. Um,
So you would basically do all of them.
Yeah, like the thing with like spikenard, vetiver, valerian, they're going to be some of the more relaxing things. But the thing that I would also throw in that mix is galbanum, because galbanum is
Yeah.
about like physical pain, but like this is still kind of a pain that's coming from the environment. It's you're being super overstimulated by something that is out of your control, and it's not how you would traditionally think of pain, but it's still like a painful stimuli. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
And so I would do all that. Try to keep the breath deep, and there's got to be like crazy amounts of ash and toxicity in the air, Even just simply eucalyptus globulus inhaled for the not for so much for the anxiety and stress and all that, but for lung function, especially to smoke exposure, just the good old fashioned eucalyptus globulus is really super good for that.
So you do globulus and not radiata for that.
What's that?
So you would do eucalyptus globulus, not the eucalyptus radiata.
Radiata would still be good, but globulus would probably be a little bit better. But if
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have it, then use radiata.
No, I have them. I have it at least at one
Yeah.
of the kits. Then it's fine. Yeah. Okay. So that one is better for the breath. Okay.
Yeah, I would say radiata is a little bit softer and a little bit more refined and a little bit more polite, where eucalyptus globulus is very very to the point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not as refined, it's not as soft. It's about, kicking in the door, trying to clean things up. And for all that smoke exposure, plus there has to be just toxic things in the air. Gas
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
lines rupturing, batteries burning, all those kinds of things. Like I would keep cleaning up the lungs. Yeah.
Okay. So then the other thing that also relates to that is really if we're talking about all those toxic things, if you need to do like some sort of like a detox, what would
I would do
you?
it after the fires are out. Like right now, you're trying to survive the situations. You know what I mean? Like after it's all said and done, then we'll evaluate and have you go through and do like some detox. But right now, just like the globulus and all those other things, you got to keep your body as calm as possible as you get through this. Then afterwards, I'd go through and look at the detox and all that.
Okay, and then the eucalyptus, so you would do inhalations, diffuser,
Inhalation, I'd put it on the chest. Normally, I wouldn't say put eucalyptus globulus on the chest
yeah,
because it's so strong, but for this, I would. I
okay,
don't. I'd put it on my feet. I'd put it on my abdomen. I would use it quite a bit.
okay.
Yeah.
And then to deepen the breath, so
The,
really
the
work
hyssop
with
out of
that,
the PTSD thing.
do that. Okay,
Just
yeah,
use the hyssop. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that's what the hyssop's for in that.
right. And then the respiratory blend from the org programming, the stress, pulmonary stress support, use that as well, kind of add
Yeah,
to the,
if you have it, I would use
yeah,
it.
yeah, I have
Sure, sure.
org programming, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not going to clean the lungs up quite like the eucalyptus because like you're cleaning something up that's like physically there. The
Mm-hmm.
pulmonary stress support is about like the respiratory tract having difficulty, your stress levels in the body and things like that, which is true. You do have that, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, number one thing is you have toxic things in the air that you need to make sure that your lungs just aren't getting all gunked up with all those things going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's say you're doing work with somebody who's been through like, losing everything, all the trauma and everything, then you would work the same way and you would add,
PTSD. Yeah,
eh,
PTSD.
okay, so you don't even need to add any more emotional stuff.
PTSD kit. I mean, eventually, but right now, PTSD kit.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that's
Which I
that's what
have
that's
these.
for. That's
Okay.
exactly what that's for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
And then
And also, like, if there's people that like submit their names to Astara for the prayer petitions, we
yeah.
have people doing healings. I've even pulled in some other people to do healings. So we're doing
Mhm.
extra prayers, extra healings. So anybody, just submit their name and we'll do the best that we can.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm taking care of myself and at the same time, I'm
Yeah,
taking care of other people.
yeah,
So which is why I need to make sure that I'm good to be able
yeah,
to
yeah,
give to others. Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
And then I guess I have one more second.